Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari. Yashoda Nandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashoda Nandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jabihari Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Gopal Govinda Ram Srimad Sudha Hare Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha Madhavaya Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan. Gopal Govinda Ram Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gaura Ribo, 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 Haribo, Nitai Gaura. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajagacharya Ashtottar Satasri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravindra Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Prabhupada Anoga Ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Nittai Gaura Premanande. All glories assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatir Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavadina Ishtiki. There's some height here, I cannot read this. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 21, Text 38. Brahmanya Devaha Purusha Puratano Nityam Hariryacharana Bibandhanat Avapa Lakshmim Anapayinim Yasho Jagat Pavitram Cha Mahatamma Graniha. Please repeat. Brahmanya Devaha Purusha Puratano Nityam Hariryacharana Avapa Lakshmim Anapayinim Yasho Jagat Pavitram Cha Mahatamaga Rani. Brahmanya Devaha Purusha Puratano Nityam Hariryacharana Avapa Lakshmim Anapayinim Yasho Jagat Pavitram Cha Mahatamma Granihi. Brahmanya Devaha, the Lord of the Brahminical culture. Purushaha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Puratanaha, the oldest. Nityam, eternal. Harihi, the personality of Godhead. Yat, whose. Charana, lotus feet. Abhivandanat, by means of worshipping. Avapa, obtained. Lakshmim, opulences. Anapayinim, perpetually. Yashaha, reputation. Jagat, universal. Pavitram, purified. Cha, also. Mahat, great. Thama, supreme. Agranihi, foremost. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ancient eternal Godhead, who is foremost amongst all great personalities, obtained the opulence of His staunch reputation, which purifies the entire universe by worshipping the lotus feet of those Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. Please repeat. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ancient eternal Godhead, who is foremost amongst all great personalities, obtained the opulence of His staunch reputation, which purifies the entire universe by worshipping the lotus feet of those Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. Purport. The Supreme Person is described herein as Brahmanya Deva. Brahmanya refers to the Brahmanas. The Vaishnavas are the Brahminical culture, and Deva means worshipable Lord. Therefore, unless one is on the transcendental platform of being a Vaishnava, or on the highest platform of material goodness as a Brahmana, he cannot appreciate the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the lower stages of ignorance and passion, it is difficult to appreciate or understand the Supreme Lord. Therefore, the Lord is described herein as worshipable deity for persons in Brahminical and Vaishnava culture. Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha, Jagadithaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha, from Vishnu Purana. Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the prime protector of Brahminical culture and the cow. Without knowing and respecting these, one cannot realize the science of God. And without this knowledge, any welfare activities or humanitarian propaganda cannot be successful. The Lord is Purusha, or the Supreme Enjoyer. Not only is He the Enjoyer when He appears as a manifested incarnation, but He is the Enjoyer since time immemorial, from the very beginning, Puratanaha, and eternally, Nityam, Yat Charana Bhivandanat. Prithu Maharaj said that the Supreme Personality of Godhead attained this opulence of eternal fame simply by worshipping the lotus feet of the Brahmanas. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that the Lord does not need to work to achieve material gain. Since He is perpetually supremely perfect, He does not need to obtain anything. But still it is said that He obtained His opulences by worshipping the lotus feet of the Brahmanas. These are His exemplary actions. When Lord Krishna was in Dwaraka, He offered His respects by bowing down at the lotus feet of Narada. When Sudama Vipra came to his house, Lord Krishna personally washed his feet and gave him a seat on his personal bed. Although He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna offered His respects to Maharaj, Yudhishthira and Kunti. The Lord's exemplary behavior is to teach us. We should learn from His personal behavior how to give protection to the cow, how to cultivate Brahminical qualities, and how to respect the Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas. Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Yad yad acharati sreshtas tattat evetaro janah. If the leading personalities behave in a certain manner, others follow them automatically. Who can be more of a leading personality than the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and whose behavior could be more exemplary? It is not that he needed to do all these things to acquire material gain, but all of these acts were performed just to teach us how to behave in this material world. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is described herein as Mahattama Agranihi. Within this material world, the Mahattamas, or great personalities, are Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, but he is above them all, Narayana Paro Avyaktat. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is in a transcendental position, above everything created within this material world. His opulence, his riches, his beauty, his wisdom, his knowledge, his renunciation and his reputation are all Jagat Pavitram, universally purifying. The more we discuss his opulences, the more the universe becomes purer and purer. In the material world, the opulences possessed by a material person are never fixed. Today one may be a very rich man, but tomorrow he may become poor. Today one is very famous, but tomorrow he may be infamous. Materially obtained opulences are never fixed, but all six opulences perpetually exist in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not only in the spiritual world but also in this material world. Lord Krishna's reputation is fixed, and his book of wisdom, Bhagavad Gita, is still honored. Everything pertaining to the Supreme Personality of Godhead is eternally existing. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Sri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. These are instructions of Prithu Maharaj to his citizens. And he is giving us the example of Krishna giving respect to Vaishnavas and Brahmanas, worshipping their lotus feet. And Prabhupada is commenting saying that he is teaching by example. Yad yad acharati sreshta tat tat evetaro janah sayat pramanam kurute lokas tat anuvartate. You know the shloka? In the Bhagavad Gita it is mentioned. Yad yad acharati sreshta. Acharati means whatever you practice. Sreshta means great people. Yad yad acharati, whatever you practice, these great people. Tat tat evetaro janah. The people who are following the jana, they will also do the same thing. Sayat pramanam kurute lokas tat anuvartate. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, you cannot go away from the battlefield, you are a great Kshatriya, people are watching you, whatever you do, they will also do. And look at me, Name partasi kartavyam trishulokeshu kinchana. In all the three worlds, I don't have any duty to do. It is all your material world, for your sake. I have nothing to do, but still I am doing duty. You see, still I am performing so many different duties. Why? Because people will follow you. So, one must be very conscious about the fact that preaching means doing the right thing and showing. Not only for showing, but doing the right thing because that is the right thing. Then people will be doing the right thing. Because the world needs that. They become inspired. People take up something to do not because of philosophy, not because of knowledge. When they see somebody else doing it. All the children will learn from the parents. Whatever the parents are doing, they'll also do. Very powerful impression it creates. Children very carefully watch the adults. And when nobody is there, you will see them imitating what the adults are doing. Immediately they will imitate. Because the impression is very strong. So if you do good things, if you worship Krishna, you chant Hare Krishna, if you serve Krishna, if you do all these things, naturally, they will also do that. They will also do that. So it is mentioned that even Krishna is worshipping Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. And that is how he got his position. Prithu Maharaj is telling. It's very difficult for many people to understand how God is getting position because of this. But that is how it is mentioned in the Bhagavatam. So, why is Krishna doing that? Like Prabhupada said, to set an example. He was washing everybody's feet. In the Rajasuya Yajna, Krishna was in charge of washing everybody's feet. All the great kings, all the great personalities who came, his seva was to wash their feet. Everybody who came to Rajasuya Yajna, he must have washed Duryodhana's feet also. He must have washed all of the Kauravas' feet also. Isn't it? So imagine, why? Seva, an example of service. So this service attitude, very important to note. You must, by doing seva, you must pick up the service attitude. You may do externally work, but to make it seva, you must have the attitude. Attitude of service. That is the meaning of sadhana. Krite sadhye bhavat sadhya. Sadhana bhida. You are supposed to do it. It may become a ritual if you don't take care of your attitude. Doing it with feeling, doing it with reason. When we become involved and develop love for Krishna and do out of love for Krishna, that's what we are supposed to do. So when we do our seva, two things should be there. Attitude of service and the physical aspect of it. Physical and mental. Attitude of seva is Jivera Surupu Hoi Krishnera Nityadas. Who are you? I am eternally a servant of Krishna. I am engaged by my Guru, by Vaishnavas, by the Supreme Lord in serving Krishna. That is my very good fortune. If not for their blessings, I will not be engaged in seva. So that is called Surupa. Your service attitude is your constitutional position. Your service attitude is your Surupa. A nectar of devotion, you will see this. What were you in the spiritual world? What service you were doing? That is already imprinted. It's already there inside you. As you pick up Krishna consciousness, gradually get purified, you will come back to that position. That position is your service attitude. That is your Surupa. So when you do seva and you are in the proper attitude, then that Surupa will become visible, available. And you will start doing in that mood. Seva. This is mentioned in the Nectar of Devotion very nicely. What is your Surupa? Right? Service attitude is the most important thing. So, here Krishna is showing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prabhupada is saying, Prabhupada is saying, who can be a better leader than Krishna for leading human society? So, we must remember everybody has to be a leader because people will follow. This is a very important thing. Don't think that Bhakti Vinoda Maharaj is the leader, I am the follower. So I don't have to really worry much. This is a trap of the mind. I don't have to be as good and as strict and as this thing and all that. This is Maya. According to Lord Chaitanya's instruction, the whole world should become Krishna conscious and you should contribute to it. You should become Guru. Amaragnya Guru hoi tare desh. What is the meaning of Guru? Guru means leader. Lead the way back to Godhead for others. It is something that Krishna has told. Even in Bhagavad Gita he is saying that. So it is everybody's responsibility to take the leading position. If you are a leading position, then you have to be exemplary. You have to do the right things at the right time. If you are incapable of doing the right things, you must not lead. You must first concentrate on serving. You must serve. By serving only you become a leader. Because it is leadership that is important. By serving you become a leader. One who is a good servant, Prabhupada said, will become a good leader. If you have practiced service attitude, if you have humbly rendered service, then you will be able to lead others. Otherwise, simply by occupying position, you will not lead. You will use all material things to force people to follow you. I am, you know who, speaking to you. How dare you say this to me? Like that. Anybody who has to use his position means he is not doing what he is supposed to do. If the boss is telling you in your workplace, you know I am manager and you are talking to me like this, that means he is finished. He is not able to do his job. He has to hold his position and say, you know what? But if you are a genuine leader, then you don't have to tell anybody that you are manager at all. Simply by watching you, they'll become inspired to follow you. This is the meaning of a Vaishnava. Vaishnava means one who conducts himself in such a way in devotional service to Krishna that people become inspired and follow him. Right? And the Sri Vaishnavas will tell you to the question, who is a Vaishnava? You know, that great devotee, he will say that a Vaishnava is like a stork. A Vaishnava is like a cock, hen. And a Vaishnava is like salt. He will mention all these things. That a Vaishnava is like salt is very interesting. In everything that you eat, salt is present. Salt gives taste. There is no salt. There is no salt in this. Immediately you will tell, there is no salt. Because you are very disappointed. Add salt, then only I can eat it. But when you add salt, you don't see the salt. You see only the sabji, the dal, the liquid, the paripu and all that you see. But you don't see the salt. But it is the salt that is giving. Only when the salt is not there, you will notice it. But it is the salt that you don't see, but it's providing all the taste. A Vaishnava is like that. He does not want to be known, I am so and so, I did this seva. No. He doesn't want. He's not asking for that. By his seva, he will make everything nice for others. That's okay. I don't have to be recognized. I don't have to be recognized. என்னுடைய பேர் ஒரு ரொம்ப பெரிய போர்டில் பெருசாக ஹை ஃபாண்ட்டில் போடணும் நீங்கள். நான் டொனேஷன் கொடுத்துருக்கேன் உங்களுக்கு. அதனால் சில பேருடைய பேரெல்லாம் போடுறது உண்டு. That is okay. See Jagannath Baladev Subhadramai ki. That is okay. Sometimes people, we encourage them in that position and they feel very happy and they'll do more seva and slowly. But a person who is a mature Vaishnava, he is like salt always. He doesn't mind at all. I am doing for Krishna. I am doing according to the order of the Guru. They must be pleased. That's all. I don't care that visibly somebody is recognizing me or not. It does not matter. So because of so many Vaishnavas seva, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness is very nice. Anybody who comes here, wonderful temple, nice deities, nice kirtan, nice prasadam you give, books, that, this, everything. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada is the biggest contributor. Many times they won't even talk about Prabhupada at all. You know, see this deity, Lord Jagannath, Lord this, we'll talk about everything. Right? Sometimes some people fail to talk about Prabhupada at all. It does not matter to Prabhupada. But it matters to you. It matters to you. Prabhupada is like the salt in the whole International Society for Krishna Consciousness. If you don't have Prabhupada, you will not be able to eat, enjoy anything. Because he contributed in so many ways for the whole world. People becoming devotee of Krishna means we can't forget him. But nowhere Prabhupada said, you must give me this honor, you must do this, you must do that, nothing. He remained very humble. He always said that by the mercy of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, something has been accomplished. All of you have helped me and you have all been sent by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. I am simply a small instrument. Like that he was feeling like that only. Actually feeling like that. It's very difficult for people to actually feel like that. It is very easy to feel that I am the reason for this. That mostly people feel that, and because I am not supposed to feel like that, I feel like that, but I tell like the other way. All by your mercy, Prabhu. But we may not feel like that. It's because we lack service attitude. The service attitude has not yet come inside fully. It does not matter whether I am given recognition or acknowledgement, encouragement or not. The work is done for Krishna. The work is done for Prabhupada's movement. And in this way, I am satisfied. I am an instrument. I got the opportunity to do this seva. That is my greatest happiness. Krishna has used me as an instrument. Nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin. This instruction was given by Krishna to Arjuna. Why are you worried about so many things, questions now? Nimitta matram. Become my instrument. Bhavasavya sachin. Savyasachi, simply become my instrument. Don't worry about anything. Everything else I'll take care of. Means he's telling him, think, act, feel, will as my instrument. You don't worry about Strishu, Dushtashu, Varshneya, Jayate, Varnashankara. Oh, there'll be unwanted population. All the ladies will become widows. Oh, this will happen, that will happen. I am there. I know what to do. Nimitta matram. You don't worry about all that. Just become my instrument. That's the instruction given. And Arjuna understood. That's what I'm supposed to do. This is the program I'm supposed to change in my head. I am simply an instrument. I am not doing. But Krishna is using me as an instrument. Whatever is required for me to do as an instrument, I shall carry it out. I shall carry it out. This is the correct attitude. This is service attitude. This is service attitude. So that is why Krishna is going to the point of washing the feet of Sudama and showing how to receive a Brahmana, what a Grahastha should do. When he receives such an exalted Brahmana, Vaishnava, Sannyasi, somebody comes, how you should receive him, how you should look after him, how you should respect him. That Krishna is doing and showing. These are very important subject matters. It's easy to give lecture. When you are put at this point, in this position, will you have the attitude of seva? You have the attitude of seva. That's very important to know. So God is becoming a Sevite and showing us. Even God is doing that. Even Krishna, the Supreme Absolute, to think, do like this. Then he came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and then he showed again how to do. When he was Krishna also he showed. But people are not interested. So he came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, became a devotee of Krishna. And then he showed. Human beings are very tough nuts, especially in Kali Yuga. Very proud, very puffed up. Who cares? That attitude inside will spoil everything, will crush your bhakti lata. That tender growth of love of Krishna will be crushed. These very subtle attitudes are very important. Very important. So Krishna is showing, because you must do that. There is no compromise on that. Otherwise you will not get bhakti. Otherwise you will not be able to actually genuinely develop devotion. Service attitude and devotion are all very closely connected. Very closely connected. They are not all the same thing. Service attitude and devotion to Krishna, they are not all same. One leads to the other. So, if you don't have the service attitude, your service will become work. Work plus service attitude is equal to devotional service. When you don't have service attitude, it remains work. And because it is work, you'll say, I have to finish this. They're making me do this. I am doing this work. Because the attitude of seva is not there. That's why we have to cultivate it. Anushilanam. In Nectar of Devotion it is mentioned that Anya abhilashi tashunyam jnana karmadi anavritam anukulyena Krishna anushilanam bhakti uttama. We are supposed to cultivate pure devotion, topmost bhakti. How? Anushilanam. Cultivate. Cultivate means like growing. Some small vegetable you are growing in your garden. Vendaka, katrika, you are growing. Slowly it will grow. You can go, we are growing here. First there will be only ground. Then you will water and put the seed and slowly it will come. 2 leaves will come. Then we will put all fence around it so the cows don't eat it. Look after it carefully, not too much sun. And then not too much water, just enough water. Slowly it grows. And then it becomes lush green. And then when it is very healthy, it will start giving vegetable. Vandaka will come out, lady's finger will come out. But it took so long to carefully cultivate. So, devotion for Krishna is a cultivation. And one of the most important things in this, service. Service is there like adding water. Regularly, properly, with the correct attitude, we must do seva. That's what is being told here. Prithu Maharaj is a wonderful devotee. His service attitude is revealed. When, you know, that famous sacrifice he did, Ashwamedha Yajna, and Indra became very disturbed. Because if you do 100 Ashwamedha Yajna, you can qualify to become Indra. Prithu Maharaj is doing 99 Ashwamedha Yajna over. The last horse, he came dressed as a sannyasi, saffron cloth and all he put. He stole that last horse and went away. You don't do 100. You cannot do 100. I am very disturbed. So all of them said, what is this? Who is this person? They did not know who is this person. How can he do this again? Come to the Yajna Shala where that horse is tied, take the horse and go away before the Yajna is done. What type of a person is this? So once it happened, second time also it happened. Second time again he did. So Prithu Maharaj said, bring the horse and this person into the fire along with him. Put the mantra, Indra and the horse will come and fall in the fire. Like that. And then this came to be known, and great leaders, Brahma and all came and said, you cannot do like that. Indra is the Lord of the whole heavens. You cannot do for him like that. Then how to solve this problem? Vishnu himself came with Indra on his Garuda. He got down along with Indra and told Prithu, why don't you stop doing the Ashwamedha Yajna? 99 is enough. He is getting very disturbed. Don't do the 100. The Lord came and asked Prithu on behalf of Indra. Although it is wrong to do that, still Indra is getting disturbed. And he is in a powerful position. So don't disturb him. You don't need to do 100 Ashwamedha Yajna. You're already a wonderful devotee. Why you need to do? So immediately Prithu Maharaj agreed. If you say so, I am serving you only. And if you feel that I should not do, I don't need to do. Immediately he agreed. And when he agreed like that, Indra became very pleased. Papa, he sacrificed. And he came and fell at Prithu Maharaj's feet. Prithu Maharaj fell at Indra's feet. Both of them embraced each other. This is a great, wonderful event in the Bhagavatam. It's very beautiful. I am disturbing you. Huh? I thought I am doing my duty as a king. I should do Ashwamedha Yajna. I am doing. I did not know I am disturbing you. Then let it not happen. And Vishnu himself coming and telling, don't do it. So, Vishnu is the Yajneshwara. Bhoktaram Yajnatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhridam Sarvabhutanam Gyatvam Shanti Mrichati is telling in Bhagavad Gita. I am the real enjoyer of all the sacrifices. So if he is coming and telling you don't have to do, 99 is enough, I will say yes, because it is Yajneshwara telling me don't have to do 100. So he said yes. Attitude. If you are telling, fine. Same thing with Arjuna. Krishna is telling, Nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin. Okay, I'll become. Karishye vachanam tava. This is service attitude. Willing to listen. Not having your own opinion. What is right, wrong, moral, ethical, this thing, that thing, everything. Yudhishthira Maharaj also. He was told by Krishna, I think you should just mention Ashwatthama, the elephant, is dead. Dronacharya will think his son is dead. Then you can kill him. How can we tell lies like this? He was thinking, how can you tell lies like this? But it's Krishna who is telling. It's Krishna who is telling. It's absolute truth. There's nothing called lies for Krishna. If you do that, Dronacharya will be liberated by Krishna. He's telling this is the way he should go back to Godhead. It's my plan. Because if you follow me, he will go back like this. But instead, how can I do that? How can I tell lies? Yudhishthira Maharaj thought. Everything he lost at that moment. All the great, all his chariot started touching the ground. Normally his chariot doesn't touch the ground because he's Dharmaraj, very paka. The moment he was told by Krishna, and he did not very much think it is good, his chariot, he was very surprised. I am thinking that I should not follow what Krishna is telling, and my chariot went down. In this way, understanding Krishna's words, which is coming down in parampara, sometimes we do not know the context. Sometimes we don't know why it is required. And we become proud, puffed up, and we say, no, you lose the opportunity. You lose the opportunity to do very great seva. This does not mean that you should be a dumb idiot without thinking. Whatever you say, I shall do. I shall not use my brain. I shall remain a nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin. I will be a robot, like a machine I will do. That's not what Krishna is telling. Arjuna asked a lot of questions. And Krishna gave a lot of answers. Right? Both has happened. Both has happened. So we read Prabhupada's books, we understand. If we don't follow, we will have all sorts of things happening in our life. In our devotional life especially, if we don't follow, Anushilanam, Anukaranam, in nectar of instructions mentioned. Anukarana means to follow in the footsteps. Anushilanam means to cultivate. If we don't follow somebody who is leading you, and if you think that I can do on my own, you will be immediately destroyed. You will see it happening in your life. Krishna consciousness will not be possible. Krishna consciousness will not be possible. You will fall down from your spiritual life. So it is a science. Prabhupada said it is a science. And Krishna is doing it and showing the science. Krishna is doing it and showing the science. How to do seva? It's an art. We must learn. It requires humility. It requires patience. It requires understanding properly. It requires the capacity to be in a group of Vaishnavas and do as per what they say. You can ask questions. You can ask many questions, but you must act accordingly. The opportunity to serve comes in the association of devotees. And we must not lose that. It is not work, it is seva. When you don't have that sensitive attitude, it will become work. It will become a headache. Prabhupada said, this deity worship I am asking you to do. If you don't do properly in the correct mood of seva, you will think my spiritual master has given me a big stone around my neck. Galagraha, he said. He's tied a big stone around my neck. This deity worship is a pain in the neck for me. You will think like that. When devotional service becomes a pain in the neck, then you must know your attitude is wrong. Right? You know our attitude is wrong. So, we must understand the science and the meaning, and we must change. Deeply inside, we must go and change it. It's important. So, these are all the wonderful things that you can learn from the Bhagavatam. Because Krishna himself is showing it. Krishna himself is doing and showing. He will come. I am leaving Hastinapura. War is over. Pandavas have won. So he will go and touch the feet of Yudhishthira. Because you are my elder brother. He'll go and touch the feet of what all he has done. He has spoken Bhagavad Gita on the battlefield. After that, he's coming and touching the feet of Yudhishthira, keeping on his head. And Yudhishthira will not say anything, but he will embrace Krishna. You are doing what is correct. He knows, he is Dharmaraj. Although you may be God, the supreme absolute truth, but what you are doing correctly. He will reciprocate. Then when Arjuna and Bhima come, he will embrace both of them. Both are on the same level as me, as Krishna. But Yudhishthira is senior. Then Nakula Sahadev come, he will take obeisances from them and embrace them. They will give obeisances to Krishna. And he will embrace them. Then he will go to Kunti. He will go and bow down to her. To each person differently he is doing. He'll go to Kunti, bow down to her, touch her feet, and go around her 3 times. He will do Yanikani Chapapani. And she will tell, very nice, Nato Natyadharo Yata. She will tell, good acting you are doing. You are Supreme Godhead, Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are going around me. I know who you are. Namasye Purusham Tvadyam Ishwaram Prakrite Param Alakshyam Sarvabhutanam Antarbahiravastitam. I cannot now immediately say, no, you are God, I want to touch your feet. You didn't say all that. She started feeling intensely devotion for Krishna. And she started praising him with this beautiful Kunti Stuti. And Krishna just heard. He took full cognizance of her prayer and her heartfelt expression. He blessed her. She was asking, I am having too much attachment for the Pandavas. Dridam Pandushu Vrishnushu, cut my Chindanti, cut my affection for them. I want my affection to flow only to you. Gange Vaugham Udanvati. Krishna blessed her because she is very genuine and she really wants to serve and she is very much deeply attached to Krishna. Unfortunately, I am a woman. I am in a woman's body, so I cannot do those things. Please be merciful to me. And Krishna gives full mercy to Kunti Devi. But only if you read the Bhagavatam, you will know this. If you read Mahabharata, you will see Krishna also paid obeisances to Kunti Devi. You will look at it in a completely different way. You will not understand this shloka which we read now. Krishna is paying obeisances to Vaishnavas, to seniors, and showing how to conduct yourself. This is not some regulation by the government. Yalla Vaishnava Kalambra ninga kumbudano. Idu vande government law. It is not like that. If you don't do, it does not matter. You only will lose. You will lose. It's not a government law. This is the interesting thing about it. If you don't do, that senior Vaishnava is not going to say anything to you. You're not going to say anything to you. He'll be the same person only. You are doing for yourself. That you must understand first. You are doing for yourself. In the Bhagavatam there is a shloka that says that if you stand in front of the mirror and apply makeup, who will look beautiful? You only will become more beautiful. It's not that the mirror will become beautiful. If you are applying makeup and you want to look beautiful, finally you will only look beautiful. If you do devotional service, you will look beautiful. It's contribution to you only. Don't think that I'm Bhagavana service on Bhagavane, please take note of me. I have done this to you. I have put 100 rupees in the hundi and I have given ஒரு சீரு நான் வந்து பாயசம் போட்டு கொடுத்துருக்கேன். அப்புறம் வந்து பழம் வந்து அப்படியே கொத்து ஃபுல்லாக கொடுத்துருக்கேன். கொஞ்சம் கண்டுக்குங்க, நான் தான் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணுறேன் பாருங்க. அப்படின்னு சுற்றி சுற்றி 4 தடவை போயிட்டேன்னா, பகவானே ஏதாவது பண்ணுங்க எனக்கு. It is not like that. That also Krishna will reciprocate. He is very kind. Parvala, this fellow will slowly become all right. He's at least offered this much to me. Krishna will reciprocate with him, so that he will come higher and higher. But a person who understands, who has read, and who knows, has knowledge, must do things properly. Attitude, very important to cultivate. Service attitude. That takes a long time to come. You may do seva, but service attitude will take some time. Right? Only for those people who have that attitude, Krishna will give this big service to do. For Prabhupada, from his life history, you can understand that he told he was a pharmacist. He was a pharmacist, manufacturing medicines. And there's a very senior devotee, his god brother, who's PhD, Professor Sanyal. He writes everything for Bhaktisiddhanta Sri Thakur. He is a PhD in philosophy, something very big. And always he'll be with Bhaktisiddhanta Sri Thakur. They both will be discussing tattva, and he'll be writing all articles and all that. He will write, you write like this, and helping, research, writing, everything. Very, very well educated, very learned. But he likes Abhay Babu. He will come to his pharmacy, Abhay Babu's pharmacy. So they both will talk about Krishna consciousness, this, that, everything. And then one day he told, see, I'm writing my PhD thesis. So many medicines you are making. I got some medicine by which my buddhi will increase so that I'll get my PhD. Prabhupada will say, yes, I'll make and give you. I have already made it. I'm going to distribute in all the schools and colleges. New medicine. Buddhi will increase, you'll do exam nicely. Give me. I said, here, I am using you as a test for you. Take and see. Do your exam and tell me you did nice. So just talking, both of them, jovially also. But actually he has got a medicine. So he'll take that medicine and he'll say, yeah. Devotee is given medicine like you. I'll take it. He took it. And everything went very nicely. Then he came to Prabhupada and told, Abhay, I finished my dissertation, everything went successfully. It must be because of the medicine. He told. And they were both laughing. It must be because of the medicine. And he said, yes. And then he looked at Abhay Charan, Prabhupada, and said, Abhay, do you have a medicine by which I can preach like you and be a devotee like you? Like that, he asked. And then he became very serious, Prabhupada. Then he said, yes, I have the medicine. I am going to use that medicine and preach all over the world because my spiritual master has told me. Then he said, what is it? Can you give me? He said, Trinadapi suni chena taroriva sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. This is what I have found out is the medicine. If you can follow this, this is the best medicine. I will preach all over the world only with this medicine. I am trying my best to take this medicine. Trinadapi suni chena was lower than the straw in the street. Tarorive sahishnuna, more tolerant than the tree. Amanina manadena. I will give respect to others, but I am not asking for any respect. In this mood, if you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, you will be able to do it. Is what I have understood. So, this is the medicine I am taking now. With this medicine, I will go all over the world and preach. This is what I have understood. Professor Sanyal became very stunned. Because not only did he say it, he actually did it. He actually did like that only. You will see Prabhupada's writing in the ship, he is writing in the diary. His mood. I am simply your instrument, my Lord. You can make me dance. I am your puppet. You do whatever you do with me, I will do. I will simply do that. As your puppet, I will dance. This is the attitude of the founder of our movement before he went to America. That is why Krishna used him for preaching all over the world. We cultivate that submissive attitude, Krishna will use you. You will become nimitta matram. You will be able to do seva. It will come and stand in front of you and you will be able to do it. If you remain service oriented, the service attitude. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. What is it? Any question? I had the opportunity to do Panchatattva Abhishekam in Mayapur. And from the transcendental body of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there is some prasad